Hello, I'm Mike from Withered, and I'm here to show you how to play the song Withdraw on guitar. This is the first serious guitar playthrough video I've ever done, and it's kind of weird to be this song because it's one of the more simple songs that we have. It just so happens we're relearning it for the upcoming tour, and I needed to freshen up on it and figured that why not? This was a good chance to do this. And I'm actually kind of stoked that it is because it's a different way to go. I don't get to show off a whole lot of moves, but this is a good exercise in how to work on simple riffs and keep them interesting so that the song can focus on maybe other things, or it plays a particular role on the album. Like in this case, it's sort of it's a bit of a palate cleanser about halfway through the record, and it helps move the flow of the album along a lot. It's also a lot of fun to play, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down each riff first and kind of show you what my thought process was when writing it regarding the way the phrases came about and the structure of the riffs. And then I'll go and do a full playthrough of the song so you can kind of see how the nuances work out in context and how important little things like changing a beat early or bending into more dissonant things and pitches and a lot of little subtle tricks that give a lot of color to the riffs. So before I get into that, for you gear nerds out there, I am going to play my trusty old 2005 Les Paul Classic. I bought this thing brand new in 2006 after our first Europe tour, and I figured it was time I got me a proper Gibson. I've been playing my old Epiphone Les Paul Honeyburst that I've had since 9th grade, and I love that guitar. I've written so much music on it. It's got all the mojo. But the reason I went with a classic was for the slim taper neck, the 60s style neck. I can't play that 50s shit. It's too thick. I hate it. So I'm a little bit of a contrarian when it comes to Gibsons. But it's the only... I played my Epiphone so long, which is built that way, that it's the only thing I'm comfortable with. So, and then I took it and did a bunch of stuff to it. I beat the hell out of it first and foremost, and I then blacked it out. I did top hats, and I did took a lot of the cream stuff off. My brother made me this custom pick guard. He's like a maniac CNC wizard, so this was awesome for him to do that for me. I replaced the stock classic tuners because if you know them, they've got a lot of play. And then these are Kusons, so they're sort of like zero tolerance, really nice precision tuners. I had the nut replaced. It was broken. The original one was broken, but I had it replaced with a bone nut so that it could be filed out for my strings. And these are D'Addario XL EJ21s. They're 12 to 52 jazz lights. But what I really love about them is this wound third. It's a 24, and it makes all the difference. Gives me the extra heft in doing chords and that kind of a thing. So it makes them meatier without going to super heavy strings because we tuned to C standard, and I have done the NYXLs. I have a kind of a mix of them on tour. The NYXLs are great. They're really bright, but I find the tension on them to be a little bit more than these. So still, and it might be just a habit thing, but these it's a balance between feel and brightness. When they're brand new, they sound, I mean, they're super musical. These aren't very new, but they're kind of new, but you can even hear it, how, you know, I kind of sing, right? And that's the first part of the recipe. The second big part is the these pickups. These are Avedissian Railsplitters. They're early ones, but I had him tweak them a little bit to my specs, and I believe the standard specs now for those are close to these, if not the same maybe, but he's probably tweaked them again since then. So if you hit up Avedissian, check them out. They're amazing. They're passive. We don't do any of that new school stuff around here, except, well, my bridge is actually a Fishman piezo pickup so that I can do acoustic simulation for clean parts. So if you look close, I don't know if you can read it or not, but I've got 3 volumes. These are the humbuckers. This is the Fishman. And I do that, I stole that idea from Jerry Cantrell and his custom Les Paul, or signature Les Paul. But I did it right before we started touring for Verloren, because we were doing the Verloren's track live, and that was a lot of fun to do. Other than that, I always use Planet Waves cables. Diodario has been taking good care of me for a lot of years now. I love him to death. And I use a Tortex 88 style guitar pick. These are custom ones made by In Tune Picks, so shout out to them. We appreciate them taking care of us as well. This is actually one of Dan's picks. I just found it laying around. I think that's it. Oh, all the electronics are stock Gibson electronics except for the oh no, this is not the Fishman preamp. I haven't ponied up for that yet, so I'm running it straight off a regular volume pot. So hopefully one day I'll go get that Fishman preamp because it could be louder. And let's get into some riffs. So the song starts with a little pickup that goes, right? I may even play it like, it's kind of like that. I tend to be a little bit loose with how I play live versus studio, and even from time to time. So sometimes I'll do the power chord or just bar it. So it's like, that feels a little more, well, lazy, but natural too. But that's it's a quick pickup. It's a good thing to remember because we drop it in for certain changes in the song. So it's not just the opening part. But then it goes straight into the main riff, which is with the pickup. It goes. And these are, I forgot to mention, these are fourths with a root octave added. I call them dismember chord because, or the entombed chord, because that's where I fell in love with it. So, and I'm bending them, I'm bending kind of every one. So it goes. Because I want it to be all warbly and watery and sort of drunken feeling. So I kind of imagine being really pissed drunk and wasted at the bar and super angry. That's kind of been there so many times. I think that's what we channeled into this one. And the first riff goes a few bars, or 4 bars, and then it goes into a guitar break. And then the guitar break is just. So you see, it cuts off a beat early to move into to come back to the main riff, which is the verse riff, and then that that helps create the movement and push back into it. So kind of gives a just momentum. And And then that guitar break is it's real simple, but it does it gets one guitar, then it does both guitars, and then it ends the beat early back into the main riff, and that's when the vocals start. And it repeats the main riff again, and then this time it uses the opening intro little phrase to change into the bridge riff. So it goes. And that I just played the first pass of it right there. It's a it's a beat longer, so it goes. It's on 2, and you're playing the octave, so it's and then open 5th string, and then it goes. And then it plays. I don't know what this is called. It's a 4-3-6, and it slides down a half step, and it doubles this only on the first bar. So it's and it does this. It lands on the first fret octave. But I do this really like tensiony pull at the end, so it goes into the repeat, and then when it repeats, all the rest of the bars are straight, so that they're even counts. So then they go. So this chord shortens. I'll play the first couple again just so you can see. And I forgot to mention the little palm mute double hit that I do in between. There's a lot of little feel things that I do in a lot of my riffs that sort of it's weird. They just kind of develop as we work on the parts, because I like to then get influenced back by the drums as they develop, or a bass line. If I hear stuff that they're doing that are cool, really interesting things rhythmically, or even melodically on the bass line or something, sometimes I'll sync up on something or accent it myself. So that's kind of one of those things where you just hear it as you go, and it adds a lot of texture as well. So it's those little tiny things are what makes this song for me. So then after that bridge riff, it finishes up, and then it does the guitar break again. That's just like the first one, but it does the same thing where it's just the left side guitar, then both guitars, but then it does a third one, which is it goes back to the left side guitar. So it kind of like pulls back again to create tension in the song, and then before it pops back in with the next riff, which is sort of the second verse and outro riff, and like the first guitar break, it ends a beat early, so and then the outro riff, which starts on a power chord on the 3rd fret. So what you'll notice is it starts hard right on the 1, of course, like I just played it. But on the repeats, when it comes after the open, it comes back up to the 3 a beat late. So on this riff, this is the first, I think, 3-chord riff that I remember ever writing. I always thought it was too simple or something to be writing, Smoke on the Water or something like that. So I thought it was neat to do this sort of really driving. I just it feels like cruising off into the sunset or something like that. Like you're really driven and you're on a path. And you're just going, because it's really cyclical, and the way that it repeats like that, it just kind of goes forever, which is why we run it that way, and then the song fades out on it. So I'll play a couple of cycles so you can kind of hear what I mean. It does the chords is the power chord on the 3. When I play power chords, unless it's super fast or tremolo picked, I always do all 3 strings. I was bringing the octave. I just want to fatten it up as much as I can at every chance I get, which is why a lot of our riffs are muddy, because we'll tremolo pick 6 strings or something stupid. But anyways, it's this power chord here, and then it drops to this, it's a sharp power chord. I don't know what any chords are called. I did theory when I was young and then decided I just wanted to play from my gut, and so I started doing that. So I apologize. Or you guys can tell me what this is called, a sharp 5th, or a sharp power chord. Sharp power. That's what you got. So, and it does like a stab. So it goes. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. I can't believe that it's only those 4 riffs. There is a lead that Ethan did on top. It's sort of a haunting thing during the bridge riff that I forgot to mention, but I wanted to cover all the main riffs first. So on this one, he does a sort of a tremolo pick where it's like, so it's 5, 4, 9, and just bending. And there's tons of reverb and stuff, so it gives it that sort of haunting, echoey thing. It sounds a little goofy like this. Maybe when I mix this, I'll add some to it for you guys, so it's a little bit cooler. But that's pretty much it. So now I'll get into doing the playthrough.